Hey fanatics! We got some fresh fanatic gossip coming up in this video, so stay tuned. Celebrities are on camera all the time, whether they're giving interviews or performing. It's just another day in the life for them. But there have been instances where the cameras unintentionally caught them in some of their most vulnerable and darkest states right before their deaths. It's happened with quite a few celebrities, so here are the top 10. Number 10. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, the pioneering guitarist and rock legend, passed away on September 18, 1970, at the age of 27. One of the members of the notorious 27 Club, which consists of celebrities who all passed at the age of 27 and were rumored to have made deals with the devil in exchange for supernatural artistic talents. He was found unconscious in his London apartment, having died due to asphyxiation from inhaling vomit as a result of mixing barbiturates and alcohol. Hendrix's insane talent and fresh guitar style transformed the world of rock music. Just 2 days after his sad passing, he recorded an instrumental piece titled The Story of Life, which is sort of considered to be the closest thing to a suicide note we have from him. Nonetheless, Hendrix's legacy as a guitar virtuoso and a musical trailblazer is still alive and well. He's influenced generations of artists who've all been inspired by his groundbreaking guitar playing. He is truly a rock icon. Number 9. James Dean. James Dean, the charismatic Hollywood actor who rose to fame because of his acting talent and bad boy appeal, unexpectedly died in a car accident on September 30, 1955, at the age of 24. His Porsche 550 Spider crashed right into another vehicle. Dean's final words were reportedly, "That guy's got to stop. He'll see us." Even though he had a pretty short career, Dean had already made a big impact in the film industry, especially with his role in Rebel Without a Cause. There was a chilling photo taken hours before his death, and that became one of the most iconic images of the 20th century. Dean's death is still surrounded by a lot of speculation and mystery, and his beloved Porsche is even rumored to be cursed. Even now in 2023, he is not forgotten, but remembered as a timeless Hollywood icon, forever symbolizing youth, rebellion, and the tragic consequences of a life cut short. Number 8. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson gave the world a memorable stage performance just 2 days before his untimely death. The whole thing was recorded at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Michael was preparing for his This Is It residency in London, which was all set to kick off in 3 weeks. But tragedy struck when the King of Pop was discovered dead on June 25, 2009, in his Los Angeles home. During the performance, Michael showed off his stellar dance moves and insane vocal range, captivating the audience. The sad footage ended with him closing his eyes, looking upward, and smiling a bit, which led people to speculate whether he knew his time was coming. In his last days, Michael made sure to let everyone know how much he admired the magnificent sets prepared for the show. There were some different reports going around about his last words, with his physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, claiming that Michael was asking for milk, referring to the anesthetic propofol used for sleep, and sadly, those were his final words. Number 7. Paul Walker. In 2013, actor Paul Walker, most known for his role in the Fast and Furious franchise, tragically passed away in a car accident. Just days after, he uploaded on Twitter, wishing his followers a happy Thanksgiving. Walker was not only famous throughout Hollywood for his acting, but also for his philanthropy and stellar character. He loved to give back. He even organized a toy drive for Reach Out Worldwide, his disaster relief organization, which was made to support survivors of the 2010 Haiti earthquake. On the day of the accident, Walker and his friend Roger Rodas, who co-owned a high-performance car shop, were leaving the charity event in Rodas's Porsche Carrera GT. Shockingly, the car lost control and collided into several objects at high speed before catching a fire. The accident was straight-up horrific, with no survivors. Walker's cause of death was found to be thermal and traumatic injuries, while Rodas didn't make it either, succumbing to his wounds. Alcohol and drugs weren't involved at all here. The incident serves as a sobering reminder of the dangers of reckless driving and the fragile nature of life. Number 6. John Lennon. On December 8, 1980, John Lennon, the iconic musician and former member of the Beatles, was tragically shot and killed outside his home at the Dakota Building in New York City. He was murdered by Mark David Chapman, who was a devoted fan. The incident shocked the world, leaving a lasting impact on Lennon's legacy. The photograph taken by Paul Goresh showing Lennon signing an album for Chapman became a symbol of the tragic irony surrounding his death. Lennon had recently returned to music after a 5-year break and was optimistic about the future. He had moved to New York to escape the pressures of his Beatles persona and wanted to make his own name as a solo musician, but faced criticism and abuse, especially over his relationship with Yoko Ono. Lennon's death led to such an insane amount of grief that 3 fans committed suicide in response. Chapman was arrested and remains in prison, unlikely to be granted parole. Lennon's ashes were interred at Ferncliff Cemetery in New York. His untimely demise forever shaped his legacy as a beloved musician and visionary. Number 5. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, the iconic Hollywood starlet, met a tragic fate, but not without leaving a permanent mark on the film industry. On August 5, 1962, at the young age of 36, Monroe was discovered dead in her Los Angeles home. The circumstances surrounding her death have given way to a lot of conspiracy theories and rumors, which added an air of mystery to her early demise and turned her into an enigma. According to the autopsy, the official cause of death was technically a drug overdose, but the details are still pretty vague and conflicting. The last recording of Monroe was her sultry rendition of Happy Birthday for President John F. Kennedy, a performance that would go down in history. Her seductive voice and charming presence captivated audiences, making it an unforgettable moment in her career. She may not have lived long, but her tragic death only added to her mystique, putting down in stone her status as a cultural icon. Number 4. David Bowie. On January 10, 2016, David Bowie, one of the most enigmatic and talented performers, left the earth. His death at the age of 69 was a huge shock. Black Star, his final album, came out just 2 days before his death, and what made the whole thing kinda scary was that the prevailing themes of the album were mortality and transcendence. His death from liver cancer marked the end of an era. He was truly one of a kind. He challenged so many norms and came up with such fresh music. But in his last years, he wasn't seen in public much, and fans wanted him back. But he was silently working on his final masterpiece. The mesmerizing little track, Black Star, turned into his farewell to his fans. Bowie not only gave us amazing music, but he was also a style icon, always wearing fearless and innovative outfits to express himself and his different alter egos. He will truly be missed. Number 3. Amy Winehouse. On July 23, 2011, fans across the world grieved the loss of the immensely talented Amy Winehouse, whose life was cut short at just 27, which put her in the infamous 27 Club. She was for her rich voice and intense lyrics, and she left an indelible mark on the music scene. Unfortunately, her struggles with substance abuse won in the end. Winehouse made her last recording, a duet with Tony Bennett, for his album Duets 2, mere weeks before her death. It was an intense rendition of Body and Soul, which perfectly displayed her remarkable vocal prowess, acting as a bittersweet reminder of her immense talent. Even though her career was cut short, Amy Winehouse's influence on music cannot be overstated. She brought back life to the jazz and soul genres, evolving them with her own unique flair. Even though her life was cut short, Amy's legacy stands strong to this day. Her music still continues to inspire and captivate audiences, reminding us of the extraordinary talent that was taken from us too soon. Number 2. Jim Morrison. On July 3, 1971, the world mourned the loss of Jim Morrison, the lead singer of The Doors, another addition to the 27 Club. Rock music was never quite the same after that. Morrison's final days, like so many other musicians on our list, was characterized by personal turmoil and substance abuse. On that day, he was discovered lifeless in his bathtub in Paris, France. The cause of his death is still a subject of speculation and mystery. Morrison recorded his last known musical session in a small Parisian studio. This final recording, known as the Paris tapes, really showcased the sad intensity of his poetic lyrics and unique voice. Morrison's legacy is much more than the way he died. As the frontman of The Doors, he pushed the boundaries of rock music, and with his crazy and sometimes obscene onstage antics, he challenged societal norms constantly, which is why he is still an icon of the counterculture movement. Number 1. Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain's death is hands down one of the most tragic in Hollywood. In his last weeks, Cobain had been fighting personal demons and having a tough time coping with fame. His struggles were obvious in his final recording, a haunting acoustic performance recorded in his home. The performance perfectly showcased the frontman's raw vulnerability and was a look into his troubled state of mind. Despite his horrific death as suicide by gunshot, Kurt Cobain's legacy remains alive and thriving. His influence on the grunge movement and alternative rock cannot be exaggerated. He was a true pioneer in every sense of the word. Cobain's music continues to inspire and connect with listeners, ensuring that his spirit lives on. Though his time was cut short, his impact on music and popular culture will forever be remembered and celebrated. That's all for this video. Which of these final moments did you find the most shocking? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!